Cheer up, Viv. You are actually telling the truth. Ben just doesn't know what you're up to. As for Isidore, he'll end up looking like the liar.
Vivian, Hacho Torres, I couldn't help but notice that Ben stopped by to speak with you both. What just happened here?
The Russos are definitely supporting Heidi, and I'm endorsing her. If all of us can come together, we can stop the chaos that Owen is attempting to create.
Let me make this clear to you. I didn't make a name for myself by giving up. Gianni and I are still married after you wrecked our family because I didn't give up. I've got a busy day ahead of me, so you should head out. Before you leave, I need you to know that this war you started against me will not work out in your favor. You know where the door is.
What's wrong, Quinlan?
Your mother. She practically barged in here. What did she want? Same old Ben. Your mother is bringing up her old threats of tearing you and I apart.
Heidi, why does it look like you're ready to enter a boxing match?
Because I am Gianni. Quinlan Franklin has put our son in danger. Why were you at the Dorval estate, Udell?
I wanted to check in on how they were doing after Owen Grant made those attacks against them.
Let me guess. They told you that they were doing just fine, right?
No, Wanda. Owen is straight up harassing them.
My conversation with my nephew ain't any of your business, Harley. You just said it. Since Ben is your nephew, that makes Alan your nephew as well. Because Alan is my son, what occurred here is pretty much my business.
It was a private conversation. I suggest you turn around and walk away.
And Ben is a private investigator. Did you two hire him to look into someone, or is Ben investigating you?
I get that my mom refuses to get along with you, Quinlan, but what caused her to start this battle with you today?
She found out that you and I have been looking into Danny Clark's case together. On top of that, she feels like I don't care that your life was placed in danger because of it.
My mom is extra. You know that.
Don't let her sour attitude get to you. Too late, Ben.
What are you talking about, Heidi?
That whore convinced our son to investigate the Apina family. It wasn't enough that Ben risked his life saving that harlot from Adaku Denjuma, but she wants to bring our son into her next dangerous thrill.
Try to calm down, okay?
I don't like the idea of Ben going after mobsters, but one thing about our son is that he's a survivor. Just because he survives reckless behavior doesn't mean it should be celebrated, Gianni.
I didn't say that.
You know how you could wisely use your words, Gianni? By talking some sense into Ben. Hold up. How is Owen harassing the Dorvals?
While Jeremiah and Shelley were at the construction site for that house Shelley plans to build for struggling mothers, Owen showed up out of nowhere.
I didn't even know Shelley was working on that sort of project. Guess she actually does care about babies after they're born.
The issue is that Jeremiah and Shelley are worried that Owen will try and sabotage the project.
Take a wild guess at what my answer is gonna be. What is it that you're trying to hide, Vivian? I'll gladly answer this question. I ain't hiding nothing, Harley. Seriously, are you really so bored without your man in your life that you ain't got nothing better to do than to get into everyone else's business? Don't you dare speak on my relationship with Finnegan. You know nothing about it. And you don't seem to know if your man is still alive. Maybe you should leave town and find out whether he's 6 feet under or not.
Remember, I know more than anyone how overbearing my mother can be, but she has no idea how much Danny's case means to you.
Exactly. But because your mother's got a law degree and is a town district attorney, she feels like she knows everything and proceeds to make false claims about me.
You don't have to care what she thinks because it doesn't matter, Quinlan. Not in this situation.
It's not as easy as it sounds, Ben. How am I supposed to try and locate Shauna Pena when your mother made it clear that she's going to try and find a way to keep me from you?
What do you even want me to say to Ben?
Since you had an affair with Quinlan behind my back, you can have a serious conversation about how she's nothing but poison. Do you think bringing up the past is really supposed to help Heidi? The two of us are actually on speaking terms with Ben. I don't want to mess that up. Alright, Gianni, I'll remember that when we bury our son because Quinlan assigned him to take yet another dangerous task. Ben will be just fine. Besides, why should I speak with him when you refuse to convince him to help me take down Vivian? I get that the Dorvals and Owen have got their issues with each other, but why would Owen go out of his way to mess up such an important project? Because he's ambitious, and it is getting out of control. I won't stand by and let him cause any more damage. What's that supposed to mean, Udell? What I'm trying to say, Wanda, is that I'm tired of that man ruining lives just because he wants to. It ends now. What are you gonna do? I spoke with the Dorvals. I plan to work with them and the Russos to keep Owen Grant in line. You know what? Why waste my time? There's no way I'm gonna let some little girl get to me. Listen here, Grandma. You ain't gonna refer to me as some little girl, cause I'm a grown woman. Please, you're not even old enough to drink yet. It's obvious that you're still a little girl mentally, since you didn't heal from childhood trauma. How are you a lawyer, and you can't even get your facts straight? I ain't never had no trauma in my childhood. Oh, I do have my facts straight. You grew up without a father, Vivian, because you feel like you were robbed of the life you felt like you deserved. You robbed my son of his future by taking over Russo Jewelers. In a matter of time, you'll only just run that company to the ground. You still gotta do your homework, Harley. According to the numbers, Russo Jewelers is doing extremely well. So there ain't no sign of failure coming from me anytime soon. Whatever. Let's say that you're the best CEO in the company's history. That amount of success won't erase the fact that you didn't grow up wealthy like Alan did. It sure won't erase the fact that Lorenzo wasn't around for his bastard daughter for all of her life. Don't you know by now that I love you too much to let my mother's schemes keep me away from you? I want to stay positive, Ben. I really do. But Heidi just makes my blood boil. I'm right here for you, which means that you don't have to go through any emotional distress alone. Grow up, Gianni. Keeping our son alive is more important than who's running Russo Jewelers. I thought you understood that by now. Don't put words in my mouth, Heidi. How can I when you won't even listen to the words I'm telling you? Whatever, I'll just deal with this on my own. Hold on, Udell. Don't you think that going after Owen like this will only cause more unnecessary strife? Did you listen to anything I just said, Wanda? Are you not listening to what you're saying? I certainly am. Owen won't be creating any more damage once he learns his lesson. He thinks he's unstoppable at the moment, but he won't stand a chance against the wealthiest families in town. Have you forgotten that Pacho Torres is endorsing Owen? Can't you see that your plan will only create even more division? Udell, please don't do this. Just trust me, Wanda. My plan will work. You better get to stepping before I have you thrown out, Harley. Fine, I'll leave. You two have a wonderful day. Are you good, Viv? I will be when Harley learns never to speak to me like that ever again. What are you thinking about doing? It's clear that Harley ain't got nothing better to do than to get on everyone's nerves. Maybe she should get an update about her man. I think it's time for her to realize that her man ain't living no more. But we don't know that. Exactly, Pacho. Nobody knows it for a fact, which is why we're gonna make the whole world believe that he's no longer living.